It's your favorite podcast. It's Vangaurd From Yaad, The Reckoning with Reasoning, with your host, Legendary G.
Welcome again to another episode of Vangaurd From Yaad, The Reckoning with Reasoning. So, this episode is part one of a two-part series on the importance of farming in our community. So I sat down with a good friend of mine, Mr. Alrick Thomas, from the district of Mount Zion, my hometown. And if you hear me talk about Mount Zion, Green Castle, Land of the Mountain, all these places, yes, me have a whole heap of history in them little places, rural center, you know what I mean? So big up to mines, big up to Mount Zion, big up to Land of the Mountain, always. Yes, man. So I got an opportunity to explore Alrick's world and how he finds purpose in farming. So as you know, the COVID-19, the Russia-Ukraine war contributed to the spike in inflation. It also caused a disruption in the supply food chain, which forces other nations and countries to hold on to their food securities. And we all know the domino effect, hike in food prices. So this to me is the perfect opportunity for us Jamaicans to encourage farmers and encourage more people to get into farming, so we not only can provide food for ourselves, but also export on a large scale. Just imagine we are supplying the world with food with good old Jamaican food. Just imagine that. Trust me. So Alrick Thomas started back in 2013 with just a small greenhouse, and now he's taking it further with some bigger greenhouses while supplying the community with pesticides, herbicides, feedings for animals, and plumbing supplies under the trade name Sun Wings Farm Supplies. We also talk his journey, ups and downs, and also his legacy. It's never an easy road, and whenever we see people doing good for their community, I will always highlight that essence of self-reliance, commitment with purpose. So my guest is another childhood friend of mine from my community, Mount Zion, as I mentioned before. And Mount Zion have a whole heap of history, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes down to music and entertainment. Just pure fun and enjoyment of the time in Mount Zion, trust me. So big up to all my peeps in Mount Zion and all the adjoining communities, Land of the Mountain, Green Castle, Mines, you don't know, Sturge, Bamboo, the whole works. Big up on yourself, yes man, deep rural center, big up, big up, big up. Enough love and blessings, every time. And for this episode, I also partnered with a friend of mine, Mr. Andrew McLeod of Photos of Jamaica. And he's also a realtor, a YouTuber, blogger, and also a CEO. And just overall a creative and brilliant individual who happens to be my friend. You know what I mean? So big up to Photos of Jamaica. They took some amazing aerial views of the district of Mount Zion, which I will share with you in this special episode. Photos of Jamaica have some of the most beautiful aerial views of, high schools and attractions across the island. So make sure you check them out. I'll also leave a link so you can, know where to find them. Yes, man, big up the Photos of Jamaica every time. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's Mr. Alrick Thomas, CEO and Managing Director of Sun Wings Farm Supplies in the cool hills of the district of Mount Zion in rural St. Anne. Welcome to another episode of Vangaurd From Yaad, the reckoning with reasoning. And we're currently in the district of Mount Zion, in the cool hills of St. Ann, you know what I mean? Mount Zion district, place where I grew up and thing. And today I'm with Alrick Thomas, father, husband, businessman, entrepreneur, farmer, merchandiser. So Alrick, not only a farmer, but operate a farm store that sells farm products and etc. Plus managed to work a 9 to 5 as a merchandiser. We don't know how him do it, but we're going to find out today, you know what I mean? So welcome again to the Vanguard.
Blessings, you know.
So tell me, how did the journey got started?
Journey. Why? You know, it was back in 2013. You know, when I got the idea from my brother-in-law. You know, I thought greenhouse was rocket science, you know, based on how people use the terms it.
Yes.
And you know, when I went to my brother-in-law farm, I saw greenhouse. I was like, you know, this thing is easy, you know, it can do. You know, and you know, I started, him helped me along the way. You know, I seek knowledge along the way as well from other farmers. You know, I have some good farmer where really helped me out. You know, it wasn't easy though, it was hard, honestly, because lack of funding and time to build it, it was challenging. So the journey wasn't easy, but I'm here, you know.
Yes, man. Yeah, as you said, back in 2013, did you ever believe that, you know, you would get to this level in the farming? You know, from then till now?
Not at all. Because, as I said, the challenges was very, very hard. You know, I remember when I spoke to a few persons, and, you know, I was sharing the idea, and they were saying to me, boy, you know, you better if me take my money and go open a clothes store in a Sinans or, you know, somewhere. You know, I was looking at the whole concept of everything. And I said to him that, listen man, you don't go any further from Munzian to down on the main.
Yes.
So you don't understand what is happening in the world, you know? So, you know, I'm not going to let your word distract me from what I'm going to do. So, yeah,
Exactly.
I'm going to still pursue my farming.
Yes.
And as I said, along the way, the same person helped me to, you know?
Yes.
And the first sweet pepper that I picked from that greenhouse, I actually give it to that person. You know? And, you know, I just meet upon challenges because I never know the different types of pesticide, insecticide, herbicides, you know, what they're for, you know?
Yes.
And I can remember one Saturday, I was in the farm doing some work, but you know, I keep on spraying the plant, but I'm not getting any result. It just seems that they're not growing, and you know, the head of them is just getting browner and browner. And the Rada lady called me, you know, big up Miss Riley from Rada, you know, 10 blessings, man. And she called me and said, Alrick, how things, you know? And you know, on a Saturday is out of our working hours, you know, it's like God does still have to call me.
Yes.
And you know, I explained to her what's my challenges, and she gave me a number to call a bridge, I never met.
Yes.
And probably up to this date I met him one time. And he's very, very knowledgeable. Cool from Touchhill.
Yes.
Yeah man, big up yourself, my boss. And he helped me out a lot with information when it comes to treat the plant. You know, I never know that dealing with plants was like dealing with young babies. I learned from his explaining to me. You know, I just seek to gain knowledge from there. I speak to other farmers, Wayne in Walkerswood, Micey in Walkerswood as well. You know, great people, them, God bless them, because trust me, they are feeding a lot of people with their farming techniques, you know. And, you know, them teach me a lot. As a youth, them never hold back and teach me. Them show me every and anything them can show me, you know.
Yes, man.
And, you know, I move on from there, you know.
Yes, man. Yes, thanks. So, Rick, how did you manage to finance the operation? Because a lot of people might look on the boy farming and really take money, you know, because they do a plan. So, you know, how you manage to finance this operation from 2030?
Well, my type of farming, it takes, right now it takes a lot of money. At that time, it takes a lot of money, which I didn't have. And actually, it took me about 6 months to build my first greenhouse, you know.
See that?
I got a little financing from my wife. She buy the plastics and the irrigation system for me, but I have to find the money to build the structure.
Yeah.
You know, so I never have the money, and it was very costly, you know. A lot at that time was about $600, but you know, 600 was a lot of money to me because I wasn't working much. I end up go to a loan agency in St. Anne's Bay. It's called McKayla's Loan Agency.
Yes. Yeah,
man, blessings. Get a 50,000 for borrow and me, you know, me invest it and build myself, you know.
Yes.
That money, you know, get me to settle in the greenhouse and, you know, get in some suckers, fertilizers, pesticides and so forth, and I start from there, you know.
Yes.
And big up to Dayton Canberra too, as I never have water, and him gave me a drum and
nice.
I could start, you know.
Yes.
I could start with the watering and so forth, so enough respect Dayton.
Yes, man. So speaking of that and the support, what support and access do you get from RADA though? How is that affiliation helping the business?
RADA now, at first I wasn't getting much support apart from technical advice, you know.
Okay.
Which was very good for me at the time because I wasn't a farmer. I never knew anything about farmers, so I needed to learn, you know.
Yes.
So, yeah man, I got a lot of support from them. As I said, when they don't know what to do, they will liaison with other farmers who know what to do. And you know, from time to time I got fertilizers, I got seeds, I got chemicals. You know, RADA is a very, very, very good agency in the country, you know. You know, it's just that half the times farmers take their products or stuff and don't really give them the value back.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And for me, a lot of times they offer me stuff and I'm not going to take it because I'm not going to plant that stuff. Because it's not my planting. I rather sweet pepper and tomato.
Yes.
That is me. You know? So I'm not going to take something and sell it where I saw a lot of people do, which is very disrespectful and ungrateful, you know?
Yes, man.
But RADA is very, very good. The technical team, very, very, clearly 100%
yes,
good
man.
to me.
All right, so sweet pepper, tomato. Let's zoom in on the greenhouse now. How long does it take to put the greenhouse together? I know when you started it was a smaller greenhouse, and now we have some gigantic thing and all. So how long it take for put all this operation together? As we can see, I see where I prepare that side for some planting.
Well, right now, with having all the material together, which they are very expensive now, as I said, from back then to now,
Yeah.
with the whole economic system right now, price of products gone up, and putting one of this together, if I have all the material right at hand, it can take me a 50 foot or a 60 foot, which I don't have much land space, so
Yeah.
I build a 70 foot greenhouse by 20 foot wide. It takes me about 2 days tops,
Yeah.
If I don't have much help, it may take me 3 days.
Yes.
But 2 days is the most it can take me to build a 70 foot greenhouse.
Nice.
Yeah, man, from ground right up.
Yes. I know you said 6 months to reap some of the stuff, but is it everything that you plant in the greenhouse it take up to 6 months?
For sweet peppers, from planting, it takes up to 90 days to harvest sweet peppers. Why I choose sweet peppers and sometimes tomato in the greenhouse is that they give you a continuous reaping. They don't just give you one reaping and that's it, like cabbage or lettuce and some of the other crops. So pepper in the greenhouse now, if I treat it properly and as I said, care 100% for it, with this greenhouse 10 foot tall, I can get up to probably about a year worth of reaping out of it, and it's amazing.
Yes.
How tall these tree gets,
Yeah.
and you got high price, you got low price.
Yes.
Within that period of time that you are harvesting,
Yes, man.
So for me, it's better in the greenhouse.
Yes.
Outdoor, you can plant cabbage, Irish, and those stuff, because those are one reaping.
Yes.
It's not feasible to plant it in the greenhouse.
Yes, man.
So as I said, I rather tomato and sweet pepper in the greenhouse, and they all take up to 3 months to reach harvesting.
Nice. Nice. All right. So we touch on that. So let's talk about the Sun Wings Farm Supplies now. You know what I mean?
That is easy,
because not only you plant, sweet pepper and all of these things, you also sell products, feedings and stuff like that. You have a whole store going. So let's talk about some of the products you offer.
Products in the farm store now. Hyperfeed. That's best feed in Jamaica. I sell herbicides, I sell pesticides. I sell also stuff to, domestic products as in tangent, coupling, conduit pipe, conduit coupling,
Yes.
seeds, fertilizers, plug, switch, receptacles, spray pans. Oftentimes someone is in the community and they are working at their house and
Yes.
they may happen to chop a pipe or something, and they have to run to St. Anne's Bay to buy a tin of tangent,
Yes.
or a coupling as well. So I find it easy to do those products because it is something that people really need, and it's a fast need product.
Yes.
Because no matter what, if your pipe bursts in your yard, you're not going to sit there and watch the water waste all day and night
Reality.
until you reach into the town to get a tangent.
Yeah, man. Reality.
So I stock those type of domestic products where people can easily access, because my whole point of doing business in the community is that is to make Munzen a more sustainable community. I've seen over the years growing up in my community where the balance has changed.
Yes.
And a lot of people are moving from the community and the community is not growing.
Yeah.
So I stayed in my community to let my community know that they
Yes.
are a vice,
Yes, man.
We can live here and do something for ourselves,
Yes.
and make a life for our family and children,
Yeah, man.
So doing the farm store is not just for me, it's to the benefit of my community.
And you're also a merchandiser. We don't know how you juggle so much thing, but you're also a merchandiser and you do other stuff also when you're not on the farm. So, that is commendable. More strength to you on that. All right, so what are some challenges you face now overall with the farm store and everything?
Challenges I face, is that sometimes I don't have enough time, and I don't have enough people around me help me. So, at nights I have to be balancing the books, which is very hard, And it was something new to me, so I have to learn a lot of how to control,
Yes,
control the books, which you all know, the crediting, the paying the bills and all that sort of stuff,
Yes, man.
And, taking orders for the next day to move again so I can reach work on time. It's very hard. It's very hard, I'm in the process right now of, getting somebody to help me out.
Yes, man.
Big up to my brother-in-law, come in every now and again during the week and weekend and give me a good strength,
Yes, man.
But in life too, to everybody, we don't need to make time, because God already made time for us.
Yes, man.
We need to make the necessary rearrangement in our life to meet the time
yes, man.
of what is happening. So half the time people ask me, where you get time? I say, I don't make time. God already make time, So I use the time that God gave me to do something wise to benefit myself and others,
Yes, man.
Yeah, man.
And what you do, I supply the community and others too. And it's a good look. And the fact that you stayed and make sure you feel a need where if a man pipe burst him can come to you want some feeding come to you, you have pesticide, you have herbicide, you have them thing there, you have tomato, you have so a wide range of product where the community stuff where people are going to use on a daily basis. So that's all it is. If you find purpose in a life, and that is a true purpose. Plus with what's happening with the food security worldwide, you see
thing,
the farming that you're doing is one of the most important things we as Jamaicans can do right now. You understand me?
Yeah,
so
man.
More strength, more power to you, my friend. Yes, man. So what do you hope to achieve from the farming in the long run?
The thing is that what farmer don't have is land. And that's a big challenge in our country, where most of the land now that farmers supposed to be on his house is on them.
Yeah.
So long run, what I want to do, I want to have a commercial farm operating where I can get people from all over to invest in my farm.
Yes.
And I operate it on a commercial level.
Definitely.
I would like to go back to school to learn more about the farming. But as a family man, that is not easy at the moment. But I wish to pursue that. And running a commercial farm, I never seen one in Jamaica. I don't know if it's here.
Yes.
But that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because selling to the middleman sometimes, you lose a lot.
Yeah.
I want to go straight to the supplier and can sell directly to a hotel.
More volumes move,
to a company that sell to a hotel, if that's possible. But I don't want to keep on sell to a man who is going to sell to a company and that company is going to sell to a hotel. When you could get 100% profit, you probably get 60 or 75%.
Yeah.
Which nothing is wrong with that. But as I said, for me, I want to be in control of my destiny.
Yes.
So long-term achievement out of the farm, I want to operate a commercial farm.
Yes, man.
And a commercial piece of land.
Yes, and that's a very good outlook and look forward, because I see you there. You know what I mean? I see you there. So
yes, man.
Yes, man. That's the same thing there.
Yeah.
All right. So what kind of legacy would you like to leave for your family?
The legacy for my family is that I want them to follow in my footsteps. But not everybody share the same concept of what I have.
Yeah.
I have a daughter and a son, and my son will come and help out. My daughter, trust me, she don't want to get her hand dirty. But if it's something that she likes, like the melon that I have outside, 100% sure she'll come and repeat. Yeah. But I want to train my son and maybe a few of my nephews or others around me too. And next year, hopefully, if God's willing, I'm planning to keep a summer class for the kids.
Yes, man.
Get them involved into the farming, and see how well I can get, support on board for that.
Yes, man.
Nice. I want the youth to remember that chopping and scamming and that stuff, no, it don't make any sense. Working hard from the ground coming up, when you reach to that level, you feel that strength, within yourself, that God has blessed you and give you the strength, to achieve all this.
Exactly.
We don't have to chop any line,
exactly.
Or can anybody to to get where you are, you know?
Yeah, cultivate from
man,
your own efforts,
God say, you know, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, you know?
Exactly.
You know? And he also said that's in Romans, you know? He said, don't overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good.
Yes, man.
So I use those things as my motto.
Yes, man.
And, you know, even though people have done me harm in the past, you know, I forgive them and move on, because we are all human, you know?
Yes, man.
And not one of us is without sin.
Yes, man.
So the legacy I want to leave directly is teach the youths them that farming is the way, and no matter what technology is out there,
yes, man,
that man who create the technology has to eat food.
Yes, man.
You understand?
Yes, man.
And no matter what, no man on the face of this earth can go without food. Really? If it's even plant cedar tree, because the furniture is in your house, it came from a cedar tree that a man has on a farm.
Yes, man.
So it's not just plant food, it's farming, you know?
It's just life.
It's life, yeah. And as I said, I want to leave that legacy for my kids to know, let them know that farming is the way, no matter what. Technology, you can invest in it, and you can invest in a wide range of things. But I'm sure 100% most of these men in the world who are very wealthy, they had a farm or they invest in a farm.
Yes, man.
Right? Or the products they sell come from a farm.
Yes, man.
You know? So the legacy I'm going to leave for my kids is let them know about farming.
Yes, man.
If they grow up and don't want to do it, that's their choice. But if they meet in difficulty, they already know something that they can do without education as well, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yes, man. And that's a firm legacy, because, you know, you cultivate the earth and you know, things are growing. Everybody can benefit. Like you say, from the poorest to the rich,
yeah,
you have to eat. And that's how it go. Yeah, man. Last but not least, what advice you like to give to other farmers, especially young farmers, because we want to encourage young people to get into more farming?
There's one body, right? And the one body is consistent of different parts. So each body and each part of their function. So not all of us are going to do farming, and not all of us who are in farming are actually going to be successful, right? But if you invest in the right tool and equipment to do farming, you can make a living out of farming. Farming the old time way, where you just go and just stick something in the ground and, you know, pray that rain fall to get your product to the right way. I think that year has passed, you know?
Yeah.
So I do irrigation. It may cost me a little more money than the usual farming, but time efficiency, I can manage my time with doing the irrigation, you know?
Yes.
I don't have to be running sprinkler, moving sprinkler from corner to corner and everything.
Yes.
I just come and turn on a pipe and leave it for half an hour, turn it off and gone.
Yes.
And I have time can do other things, you know?
Yes.
So as to young farmer, make sure you seek knowledge. It is there. People are there to help you. Don't say this costs too much money or that costs too much money, because in the long run, you're the one who's going to enjoy the benefit of it.
Yes, man.
You understand? So just invest, seek knowledge, learn about the chemicals, because as I said, all the different chemicals have their different purposes. Just like when you go to doctor, you know, doctor said you have to take these pills for 3 weeks, 2 times daily, and to eradicate the problem. Same thing the plant have. You decide, you realize you have an infestation, you have to take care of that plant.
Yes.
You understand? It's not just spray one day today and then next week you spray one day. The insect act very, very fast.
Yeah.
I mean, probably for the week, insect maybe hatch a million times. You know? So, seek knowledge. You know, reach out to people, reach out to elder farmer and learn. You know, when you learn, you can always improvise things on your own, because
Yes,
you have a knowledge of what is happening around you. You know.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. So everybody don't plant the same thing. Plant what you are blessed to plant.
Yes, man.
And let the other man plant what he is blessed to plant. You
Yes,
know?
man.
Because everybody can't plant the same thing.
Reality.
You know?
Reality.
So as I said, seek knowledge, you know?
Yes,
and things will prosper. God is the heart of all knowledge in this world.
Yes, man. Very, very good gem. Seek knowledge.
Yeah, man.
Yes, man. Well, Rick, thanks for joining me on this episode of Vangaurd From Yaad. You don't know,
Yeah,
we are in
blessings.
Mount Zion, you know what I mean? And, you know, place where me grew up and run up and down and play and all kind of something, so all about history. But, you know, from time to time we have to just make sure, say, we put out reality and stop make
yes.
other people mislead you and look away from what it is. You know what I mean? Farming is a very good thing. We're proud of you. You know, from 2013 you take on this journey and we know it's not easy, know the struggles, but we're proud of you. And we just want to say keep going. And I see your thing I reach on a commercial level. So me I tell you from now say I that's me see it. So you know what I mean? More strength and blessing. Man. You want to big up your family and who you want to big up?
Yeah man, I have a lot of people I want to big up, First I must big up Father God, I am giving strength every day. Sometimes even when I don't remember to pray,
Yes, man.
It's not like I forget about God. I just in a hurry wish, I know I should take time to pray.
Yes, man.
But my wife, trust me, Sasha Edwards Thomas, very blessed lady, man.
Yes,
trust
man.
me. She's always there. Through all the trials, troubles and everything, she's there,
Big up Sasha.
Yeah, man. My brother-in-law who introduced me to the greenhouse farming, yeah, man, big up yourself too. Wayne have a farm store in Walker Zone. Micey in Walker Zone. Cole in Tatchell St. Mary.
Yes.
Barbers, real bridging from day one, Yeah, man. Always they have to support me no matter what. He may give me that physical strength, but when I want all the reasoning, them can all the reasoning,
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. And Mr. White, why? I don't know what to say about you, but he's like an angel God sent in my life,
Yeah.
He teach me a lot, wisdom about life, wisdom about Bible, When he just come to Munzie and a lot of people say I'm crazy. I've seen what he have seen, He has experienced great convert him life,
Yeah.
And decides his journey, the way that Christ's journey,
Yes, man.
And it's a very good thing, Because I see a lot of things that he's done and, honestly I don't know if I have it in me, but being around him, I started to realize what he's doing, and it is very important, to have somebody in the village like that.
Definitely.
Among us to, just to remind us that, listen, God is love,
Yes, man.
Yeah, man, so big up yourself, Mr. White, and last but not least, mother and father,
Yes, man.
Yeah, man, Miss June, and Papa Earth.
Yeah, big up Earth, man.
Big up yourself, man. Yeah, man. All the great wishes and blessings to you,
Yes, sir.
I want to make me there, so.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. I'm not going to say I didn't grow up rougher than nobody else, God bless me. That's all I can say,
Yes,
I grew up, and give God thanks. And thanks to all of my customers,
Yes, man.
Yeah, man, who support me throughout the years. Yeah, man, when I start off, I can remember the hyper man say, Alrick, if you buy them feed and him not sell no boss. You can't take back them, And within a week, sell off the feed now again.
Yes, man.
Just see. Yeah, man, the customer them are Munzean, out of Munzean, big up on yourself. Lots of love and respect, Yeah, man, keep me going and everything,
Yes, man.
Yeah, man, I give thanks, Yeah, yes, man. Legendary G too. Why we grew up together,
Yes, sir.
Share ideas, talk very regular on the phone, We
yes,
don't
man.
often see each other, but
Yeah, man.
talk very, very hard on the phone sometimes,
Yes,
about
man.
life and everything. And, Vangaurd, trust me, it's a new thing. And, it show me say, man, if you sit down and say nothing, nah, go on.
Exactly.
Something always a go on. Once you have this life,
Yes, sir.
something always a go on. You have to just find what you are good at and make it happen,
Yes, man.
So yeah, man, ledge man.
No
Yeah,
respect.
man, big up yourself, man.
Every time.
Yeah, man.
Yes, man. So respect again for coming. And that's it for this episode of Vangaurd from Yaad. Part 1 with Rick, you know what I mean? We head off to Land of Mountain for part 2 with Jeremy and Biles. So you don't know anything go. So Rick, bless up again in the youth. More strength, more blessing and guidance and
Yeah,
love.
man.
See?
All the way, God is love, my friend. Peace.
Yes, man.
Yeah,
Hopeful.
man.
That's it for today's episode of Vangaurd from Yaad. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Yes, we love farming and we need to get more into farming and start to revolutionize the game where we can supply everybody. There's always opportunity, and there's a Chinese proverb that says that in every crisis there are opportunities. So all we have to do sometimes is just look and remember, sometimes it's not the big things, are the little things that count. So use other people's story to inspire you to do better at whatever you do. And like Alrick says, you don't have to do what he does. You can plan something different and find your own market. You know what I mean? We just want to revolutionize the game. Nobody a chat online. We just want to motivate Jamaicans and make them realize, say, yo, we can till this side and make it big, big, big. So coming up next week is part 2 of this series, and I will introduce you to my cousin, Jermaine Biles, who is also a farmer and operates a corner shop in the community of Landovery Mountain. So guys, thanks again. Thanks for joining this episode of Vangaurd From Yaad. Thanks for making the channel a success and building this community. Please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. You know what I mean? Yes, man. So see you next week.